We will talk about the current issue regarding the discharge of radioactive nuclear sewage in Japan and its impact on stakeholders.
First, let's recap some background information related to this issue. In 2011, the Fukushima earthquake caused the leak of the nuclear power plant, resulted in the release of radioactive materials into the environment. In order to cool the damaged reactors and prevent further meltdowns, large amounts of water have been continuously injected into the reactor. This water becomes contaminated, or as we call nuclear sewage. We have to clarify a term that nuclear sewage is not equal to nuclear wastewater. The difference is their radioactivity. Nuclear wastewater refers to water used to cool down the nuclear power plant in the normal process, while Fukushima nuclear sewage means the water in direct contact and contaminated by the nuclear fuel. According to Japanese government, they already filtered the Fukushima water through its advanced liquid processing system, which reduces most radioactive substances to acceptable safety standards. And they decided to discharge more than 1 million tons of diluted sewage into the Pacific Ocean from August 2023 for a period of 30 years. However, radioactive forms of hydrogen and carbon that is difficult to separate from water still exist in diluted sewage. This brings far-reaching impact on the marine environment and the fishing industry. How the rest of the world react to this action?
China reacted with strong opposition, claiming that the discharge of nuclear sewage would seriously harm international public health and would strengthen the testing of aquatic products imported from Japan. Russia expressed a relatively neutral position, asking Japan to explain its plan to international organizations in detail. The United States expressed its support for the Japanese government's decision, believing that the approach meets globally recognized nuclear safety standards, and expect the Japanese government to continue to coordinate and communicate to monitor the effectiveness of this method.
Due to the discharge of treated water, there were various stakeholder groups that were affected. Here are some examples. Firstly, let's talk about the residents living in the vicinity of the plant. Their health and safety are our primary concerns. They potentially face direct exposure to radiation, contamination of their local water supplies, and long-term health risks. It's a serious situation that requires our immediate attention. Next on the line are the stakeholders from the fishing industry. This industry, not just in Japan but also in neighboring countries, has been severely impacted due to fears of fish contamination. This fear has resulted in a decreased demand, which in turn has led to a loss of revenue and job cuts. The ripple effect is undeniable. Lastly, we must consider the individuals and organizations in neighboring countries, including our own. The potential spread of radiation, the contamination of shared marine ecosystems, and the health concerns of our citizens are all significant issues. We, along with other countries, might also face import restrictions due to worries about contamination. Overall, the discharge has impacted individuals and organizations from both Japan and overseas. To stop this, what are some actions we can make? The initial step we all can take is to stay informed. Keeping ourselves updated about the situation through reliable news sources is crucial. Knowledge empowers us, so let's ensure we all understand what's happening and spread the knowledge to others to raise awareness. In fact, some critics argue that the incident was caused by the lack of public awareness, which hindered the communication between residents and TPCO, the management company of the plant. As a result, the discharge was conducted without consent of various stakeholder groups. Although it's important to note that the different stakeholders may have different perspectives on this issue, the greatest way to resolve the issue is to understand each stakeholder's opinions and come up with the most optimal method to treat the radioactive water through negotiation. Let's protect our environment together by knowing more about the incident. Thank you.